Hey there. By request, here's a brief explanation and run through of Crokillzone. Here we have white pieces. The queen on each side has a triangle, and the spy has a little square of electrical tape. And the swords are the unmarked pieces. Down here in the trough, there are 3 bolts ready to go for the queen. And let's say white takes the first move, and it's just a simple flick. White goes into the middle of the board. And now red, to demonstrate something a little different, will try to get the spy clear so that it can be hidden at the end of the turn. So clear is, first you have to establish what zone the piece is currently in. It's in the south zone. Now it's in the south and middle zones. But since it's just in the south zone, it has to go into a different zone. So let's shoot it into the middle zone. And it didn't touch any other piece. It passed this without touching it. It did not touch the post. And it is entirely in the zone. You don't have to declare the zone ahead of time or anything. It just has to end up clear, not touching a line and not having touched anything, post, piece, etc. So it's clear and can be removed to the hidden spy board. And we put it in the middle zone. Looks just like a Crokinole board, because that's where it will re-enter, anywhere in the middle zone. So let's go back over to white's turn, and I'll show you a queen move. And none of these moves are smart moves. I'm just trying to show you the different stuff in the game. So this queen is gonna try to get clear like that. Moved from one zone to a different zone. Ends up not touching any lines, not having touched any other pieces or posts, etc. So it's clear. When a queen's clear, you can either take another move, and the queen doesn't really have a clear shot at anything, so that wouldn't be great. I guess the queen could move into the middle or try to look for a position. But let's say the queen shoots a bolt. So we're going to take one of these bolts here. And the bolt can be placed anywhere around the perimeter of the queen, but it has to be within a distance of 1 bolt. And you can measure that if you want to get really fussy with another bolt. Shouldn't really move the pieces too much, but that's within 1 bolt distance, so that's fair. And I'm going to try to take a shot over there. And I struck this piece, so the bolt goes on top of that piece, and that piece is now frozen. To unfreeze the piece, you have to knock the bolt off of it, which would be pretty hard to do given the position here, because if it goes into the trough, if either piece goes into the trough or both, any piece that goes into the trough is dead and out of the game. And kind of backing up for a minute, I think I forgot to mention that that is the point of the game. You're trying to knock the queen, the opponent's queen, off the board into the trough. That's how you win. But anyways, if, let's say this guy was over here, somehow, magically, then we could go like that and unfreeze the piece. Now the bolt's off it, the bolt would go away, and those pieces are active again. So we go back to white's turn. And let's say, since these guys are sitting out there exposed now, white's going to take a crack at them. And got one, but also went off the board itself. So no gain, really. Let's say red decides to re-enter their spy from the hidden spy board. Remember, it went off in the middle, so it can return anywhere in the middle. That could be over here, or it could be all the way around the other side over here, which would be pretty dumb, because that's an easy kill. Remember, this is your whole turn when you re-enter your spy. But what if you put it here up against the rubber bands? Now to try and take that shot, it's a lot more risky, because when things hit the rubber band, they tend to go backwards and off the board. Let's give it a try anyways. White says, "I'll be your huckleberry," and takes the shot. And sure enough, sort of fails. I guess you could say that was a trade of a sword for a spy, so not that bad. But it's now red's turn. Red has a clean shot at the queen, takes it, and wins the game. I think that's everything. The one thing that I didn't show is if you ever knock your piece into the middle or your piece gets knocked into the middle, whoever did the knocking, you or the other player, immediately takes that piece, and there's a little bit of strategy involved, and places it on one of the nexuses. That would be here, 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 or over here. And I believe that's it. Yeah, that's the whole game. That's Crokillzone. So give it a try and let me know what you think. I hope you like it. Have fun.